Amanda races to the rescue of a waterbuck caught by a poacher's snare.
We're gonna have to go now.
Alma gets up close and personal.
It's just me. It's just me.
With one of Africa's most powerful predators.
If something happens, he can take me out in a split second.
And some of the centre's tiniest tenants.
He's good.
Are on their way to freedom.
Bye. They're super cute.
It's all in a day's work for Malawi's only wildlife rescue team. The Lilongwe Wildlife Centre is full of rescued animals that need constant care and attention. But the team is always ready to respond to an emergency.
Does it appear to be injured? Okay. If you can send me a pin where you are, then I can be there in about 2 hours.
Dr. Amanda Salb is the only resident vet qualified to capture and treat big game in the wild. She's been called out to an animal wounded by a poacher's snare.
Taking snares off of animals in the wild and allowing them to stay in the wild, that's the entire reason that I became a vet here in Malawi.
Snares are indiscriminate, trapping all sorts of wildlife. This time it's a waterbuck, a large species of antelope. Antelope fetch a high price on the illegal bushmeat market, so poachers regularly target them.
The snare is a piece of wire that is set along a trail where animals go, and this young waterbuck has a snare that's cutting across his eye and around his head, and we are keen to get it off as soon as possible. The danger is that it's going to impede both eating, swallowing, and in his case, it's going to get tighter and tighter as he grows.
The injured waterbuck is in Kuti Wildlife Reserve, a protected area just a few kilometres from Lake Malawi. This vast lake covers a fifth of the entire country, and Kuti is located at its southern end.
This is a really, really small park, and it's just a little island where they've managed to preserve a lot of woods and a lot of animals here, and so there's pressure all around it.
Park manager Robbie Bezadenhout and his scouts have been keeping an eye on the injured male waterbuck.
Okay, so they're moving off this way.
Okay.
So let Ruben go with you. He can lead you through Sunset Trail.
This, on this route right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Ruben, how's it going?
Oh.
I'm gonna go ahead and load a dart.
To remove the snare, Amanda will first have to anaesthetize the animal using a dart gun.
Can I go up this trail?
Okay.
This way?
Yep.
Helping her is Ruben Chihana, who's been working in Kuti for 3 years. His tracking expertise will be essential.
The rainy season is not the ideal time to be doing captures. It's wet, the grass is tall, but we need to try to get this snare off as soon as possible. We're either gonna do it or not.
There's waterbucks there. Right.
It's a bachelor herd, a group of young males, hanging out together until they're old enough to have a family of their own.
I'm just trying to ease up a little bit because I don't know where the one I want is. Jesus, do you see that? See how skitsy they are.
Waterbuck are timid, nervous creatures, and bachelor herds are often particularly wary.
The problem is that when you have a group of young males, one might be relaxed, but the other one might be tense, and if he goes off running, then the rest of the group is going to follow.
Amanda spots one individual that looks about the right age, but from this distance, it's difficult to tell whether he has a snare around his neck or not.
I'm not 100% sure.
you go see if that's the one?
Okay.
They're used to him wandering around. If I come out there, they'll think some shenanigans are going on.
Reuben has some bad news.
We are looking for.
Okay, get back in and we're gonna drive around this way just a little bit again.
Amanda's not going to get an easy break. She needs to find the right herd, identify the snared male, and get close enough to dart him.
It's a matter of driving around looking for them, and that's all we can do.
Injured animals often keep a low profile, making them even more difficult to spot.
Waterbuck hiding from us. Don't order it. We found other waterbuck, but not the one we want.
After an exhaustive search, it starts to feel like Mission Impossible.
We always like to think, oh, if animals knew we were going to help them, then they would be more cooperative. Sometimes I do get frustrated, and mostly it's when you really just want to help something. Oh. There he is. It's that last one.
To the untrained eye, the snare's barely visible, concealed by the young male's thick coat. But to Amanda, it's unmistakable.
But you see how he's more nervous than everyone else?
She needs to maneuver into a position where she can get a clear shot.
Problem is that he is a bit far. And the difference between 25 and 30 meters is a lot.
A single twig would be enough to deflect the dart off course.
Too many trees. This is the worst. This is the absolute worst.
The herd's getting increasingly agitated. This is the best chance she's going to get.
Reuben, just go and see if you can find them. They went that way.
Amanda's not even sure whether she got him. If she did, the waterbuck should be asleep within 15 minutes.
What?
Still running.
He's still running. Did you follow it for 15 minutes?
Actually, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that was long enough. The dart had to have hit a stick or something. Yeah, that's what happens. Okay.
And the problem is, there's a lot of grass. Grass is probably very tall. That's why maybe it's very difficult to.
It is hard. This is what happens when you try to dart in the bush.
The waterbuck's now spooked, so there's no chance of a second shot today. But if Amanda doesn't remove the snare soon, the animal's fate is sealed.
Listen, the snare being on is not cool because he's going to keep growing, and as he keeps growing, it's going to get worse and worse. So he really needs to get it off. We have to keep trying on these sorts of things. It's really, you don't have any other options but to keep trying.
Reuben will call Amanda as soon as the snared waterbuck is spotted again. But in the meantime, there are many more animals in need of her attention back at base. In the heart of the capital city, the Lilongwe Wildlife Centre rescues up to 100 animals every year.
So, he's doing all right.
Alma van Dorenmalen
It's broken off.
is responsible for all of them.
From the minute an animal gets to the center and is rescued till the actual release of an animal, everything in between falls under me. I think I'm the only person here that knows every single animal that we have at the center.
Alma's favourite resident is Usiku, a spotted hyena, one of Africa's most powerful predators.
He's used to me whistling, so I let him know that I'm here. Ah, there he is. Hey, buddy. Good boy. Usiku is a special friend of mine, for sure. He is almost 4 years old. He was born at the Wildlife Center, and he was rejected by his mother. So we raised him, and I got very fond of him, and he got very fond of me.
Spotted hyenas are highly sociable. In the wild, they can live in clans of more than 100. So Usiku loves having company.
Hey, buddy. We are here to spray you.
Boy, good boy.
Usiku has some problems with his ear, so you have these biting flies that just land on his ear and they start to bite, and once there's a small little wound, it starts to explode, and in the rainy season there's so many of these flies, so it keeps bothering him.
Come on, buddy.
We already gave him medication orally, which is not working as well as we hoped for, and then I spray him with different oils, but it's not working well enough at the moment.
Alma's concerned that the wounds on Usiku's ears will become infected unless they intervene. Visiting British vet Dr. Sophie Widowson has come up with a cunning plan.
Ah, I have to hang up. Can you give me a second? I'll call you back. Okay, bye.
Hey, look what's just arrived.
Ooh, oh my God, this is exciting.
Fresh off the plane from the UK.
It's a flea collar designed for domestic dogs.
I know it doesn't look very big, but actually that will go around a large dog's neck. So do you think that's going to be okay? It's about 70 centimetres long.
70 centimeters is a big size. I think it will be absolutely fine for him.
Yeah?
Yeah. Great.
Right. Excellent.
I want to try it.
Usiku may be relaxed around Alma, but hyenas have one of the strongest bites in the animal kingdom.
It's just me. It's just me. You need to be very careful with sticking your hands through a metal bar. It's still a wild animal, so even I don't trust him. If something happens, he can take me out in a split second.
Good boy. It's all right. It's okay, buddy.
In order to treat him safely, Amanda needs to dart him. She has her team on standby in case things go wrong.
Okay, I will go over there so he doesn't get completely freaked out if you come there.
Great.
Okay.
Usiku hasn't been darted that much, but he knows that if I'm coming, that something's up. So he always is slightly suspicious until he knows what's going down.
$14.05.
It's a clean shot in Usiku's rump.
It's okay, buddy.
But he pulls the dart straight out, so he might not get the full dose of anesthetic.
It's been 5 minutes. I'm gonna go check, wait for my sign.
They can't afford to take any risks. Usiku is unpredictable and potentially very dangerous.
I don't have to do him again. I don't think I will. Thing is that I wanted to use a lower dose in case he had some issues. Okay. I had to top him up. I'll be sad. Okay. If it has to be done, it has to be done. Yeah, but we've got another 5 minutes before. Yeah.
If you don't get Usiku sleep enough, that might be an issue because it might limit what we're able to do today. Although he's sort of tame, he's still a wild animal with big teeth.
He's down. Hey, Alma. Yeah. We're gonna give him a good 2 minutes and lateral rockets before we touch him. Okay. I'm gonna get everyone else to come up and be quiet.
Usiku may be down, but that's no guarantee he's fully out.
I didn't see any. Let's touch him with that first. He's lifting his head up a bit. He's what? He was lifting his head up a bit. Look at that. Yeah, because you're doing that. I just want to be sure. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Happy. He's opening it. Do you see his mouth? Yeah. Let's see if we can just pull him up facing that way. You grab his feet. Wait, let me just put this over his head. Okay, that's good. Yeah, he's doing okay. His breathing is regular. We gotta clean up his ears. Put the collar on as well to prevent the flies, and then take some blood probably and try to do as much as we can. It fits. Great. Fantastic. I think this is great.
Now it's all hands on deck to do a thorough health check before Usiku wakes up.
I'm checking for any kind of fleas and ticks, anything that is walking on his fur that we don't want there.
It's been 40 minutes since Usiku was darted, and the drugs are starting to wear off.
Okay, his respirations are increasing in depth and rate. So that means he is being stimulated by the things that are around him. So I think what we're going to do is to wake him up shortly. Thing is if we wait too much longer before we give the reversal, then he will pop up like a rocket and or get very disoriented. So
The injection to reverse the anesthetic will start to work almost immediately.
are you ready?
Yeah.
Can we have like one person in here? Sorry, everybody in here is making me really nervous.
I don't want to be the last man standing next to him.
Ready?
Yep. Oh, first movement. Head up. Well, head slightly trying to lift up. He's waking up now. So he's going to be more responsive. He's slightly moving his head here and there. He's blinking his eyes. Yeah, he's getting better. Slowly. We'll watch him to make sure he's okay, and then give a quiet, calm environment to recover fully.
Usiku should soon be back to his old self, enjoying life without a constant swarm of biting flies. On the other side of the centre, the orphan care unit is a hive of activity. The baby monkeys are turning out to be quite a handful.
Doesn't want to go.
So what I've noticed...
Fresh from hyena duty, Alma and Sophie come to help out.
He hasn't been on milk for 2 days because he didn't want to drink milk, that we know.
He's only tiny, it's not going to take long for him to get really unwell.
All the orphans have had a rough start in life, including 2 recent arrivals, vervet monkeys, Sprinkle and Frost.
They were both rescued from the illegal wildlife trade. Sprinkle was being thrown around by little boys, and they also wanted to get some money out of him, so they were trying to sell this animal, and Frost comes from a similar situation. I'm very pleased to see that they are so happy together. They are learning as well by playing, and that's basically what they do throughout the day, play, 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 and then sleep, and they sleep together.
Caring for orphaned babies is a round-the-clock job, and the centre is ready to welcome newcomers 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I'll come down with a box anyway, and then...
It's late in the evening when some backpackers turn up with a special delivery.
Hello. So, baby monkey, young monkey? Right there. Right there. Oh, that face. Look at that face. Super cute. Did she poop in your backpack?
Yeah,
Probably.
of course.
Maybe you can explain how you managed to get this monkey?
We went to Mulanje by public transport, and then there was this little boy, I think he was around 16 years old, and wants to sell the monkey.
Okay.
We went to the police station
Yeah.
and explained it to the officers, and he was like, yeah, it's really illegal in this country, and I would
Good.
like to help you. Let's go back to this town and have a look if we can find him.
Great,
So,
great.
Yeah.
The police issued the backpackers with a permit to transport the monkey to the Wildlife Rescue Centre.
We tried some milk last night, and
Yeah.
she loved it when it was warm.
She loves fruit,
Yeah.
but
We tried to give her veggies, but she didn't really take any.
You're gonna have friends really soon, and you're gonna love it. Thank you so much for all your help. We'll stay in touch. No, thank you guys. That went well. Very lovely people helping us out. We're gonna check it and see if she's okay. Laura, can I ask you to come and help me in a sec with the new monkey? Yeah, I'm just gonna prepare some food. I wanna do everything in one go. If you get ready and I'll meet you in the clinic.
Okay.
Alma names the monkey Pippa, and like every new arrival, the first task is to examine her.
I'm gonna grab her with the towel and give it to you.
Okay, good. Take temperature first. 36.7. So that's on the lower side. We want to have her also going up to 38.
In the wild, baby vervet monkeys snuggle up to their mothers for warmth. But Pippa's getting the next best thing.
She's getting a hot water bottle. Okay. All right, let me have a look. So you can see the skin is tenting up, so it's a bit dehydrated. Give her some fluids, and that's it for today.
Pippa's exhausted, cold, and dehydrated. But there's nothing wrong with her appetite.
Whoa, look at that. Okay, so she drank a lot of milk. It's fantastic, good. We leave food for her in here. She'll find it.
After a stressful day, what Pippa needs most is a good night's sleep.
And now we're gonna leave her to rest.
Early in the morning, Amanda heads back to Kuti Wildlife Reserve for a second shot at rescuing the injured waterbuck.
We're trying to anesthetize a waterbuck with a snare across his face. We missed him last time. Ruben spotted him again yesterday, though, so we came right back to give it a go, because it's so important we get this snare off. I have just run over something sharp. It's making my tire flat. Oh. That's not good.
Dealing with flat tires
What did I hit?
is a regular part of Amanda's day.
This thing right here. It's one of those things you can't even see when you're driving through the bush. We're pushing into the ground. Holy! We're gonna need your high lift.
Okay.
Can we go get that now? Because I'm pretty sure the pressure on this diff is not good. These things happen, and it was one of those things that, you know, if I had seen it and I'd hit something, I'd be kicking myself, but I'd never see that stump. That's the risk of bush driving. 100% the risk of bush driving.
The quicker they get back on the road, the more likely it is that the waterbuck will still be hanging around close to where Ruben last spotted him.
Okay, let's go.
Waterbuck herds can travel several kilometers every day, so there's no guarantee he's still there. But they're in luck.
It's gonna be hard again.
The snared male is only just within range, but if Amanda drives any closer, he'll spook.
The problem is that the engine changes its tone when it's moving, and these guys are super sound sensitive, so they are going to hear that. This is not a good shot.
She needs to make her move before the waterbuck makes his.
Keep an eye. Keep an eye. Stay with him. Oh, he's looking for tracks. Because I couldn't tell if I hit him or not. Because he jumped, and he jumped out of the way. It was a long, bad shot anyway. So I'm like, I have no idea. But it's the only one that I was going to get. Where is he?
I lose footprint. He just go this side, but I just want to see if the footprint is going this way.
Okay.
Amanda calls for backup to help Ruben search the thick vegetation on foot while she covers the roads.
The scout lost her tracks, and so we have some other scouts coming up And we just need to look for this waterbuck. If I've hit him, then he should be asleep now. And if I haven't, then, well, we're just all going on a wild goose chase.
The next 2 hours are critical. By then, the anesthetic will have almost completely worn off.
You try to follow tracks, and there's a trillion tracks, and it's in wet mud and not a nice time to work. Almost an hour in, we can't find him. It's entirely possible that I didn't hit him.
Reuben and his team of scouts haven't had any luck either.
We didn't find anything.
Okay. If you just do this last bit and go back to the road, then I think there's nothing else we can do.
Okay. Okay. So if we will search, maybe we will have checked here, this side.
It's already an hour and a half now. At 2 hours, he will be up and trying to move off away.
So we will find you at the district office.
Okay, we'll meet you there. Thank you. They did a pretty good job looking. And I've been taking it by quadrants. This is the last one to look. If we don't find him, then the chances are it didn't hit.
It's not looking promising. But with one small section of forest left to search, there's still a chance.
What?
Just behind security manager house. And then the way where we are.
Is he running?
No.
He's down? Get me there.
Yes.
Get me there. Tell me how.
Let's go.
Show me where. Show me where.
Let's go straight and then you turn right.
Okay. At the manager's house.
At the manager house, yes.
Well, apparently they found him. This way?
Yeah, straight.
Straight.
Yeah.
Where?
In this side.
Where? Oh, this is bad.
The relief of finding the waterbuck is short-lived. His spasms are a sign that he could be developing a potentially fatal condition called capture myopathy, which is caused by stress or overexertion.
When you come up to an animal that's struggling like that, you don't have a lot of time because you know that he's already been struggling for a little bit, and that time's of the essence. Hold this. Hold it like that. Yeah. Okay, okay. You cover. Grab his horns.
To try to calm him down, they cover the waterbuck's eyes and Amanda tops up his anesthetic.
Okay, give me. Where's that needle? Yeah, don't let it touch you. Go get my bag, please. Take a bucket. It's okay. It's okay. Good job.
The crude wire snare is so tightly wrapped around his face that it's cutting into the bone.
It's grown over.
Removing the snare is painful. And it's making the waterbuck even more alert. He's not out of danger yet.
He's so hot, he might die. Okay, we're gonna have to wake him up.
Amanda just has time to clean the wound before she brings him round.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna get in this, and then we're all going to go away. Oh, God.
This injection will help him recover from the effects of the drugs as quickly and painlessly as possible.
Do we have to move? We're gonna have to go now.
They've done everything they can.
Now, let go and take off the mask.
But it's still touch and go whether this waterbuck will survive his ordeal.
So that didn't exactly go according to plan. The fact that he was struggling when we got to him was not good at all, because that is when they are at risk for capture and apathy. He was super hot, but at that point, you go in there, you get the job done. We'll check on him in the morning and see. And the only thing we can do right now is to kind of cross our fingers and hope for the best.
Early the next day, they're back, anxious to find out if he's made it through the night.
Yeah, I moved off. You can see. Boy, he tore it up. It's a relief to actually come here and see that the animal has gotten up and moved off, because then we know that he was capable of doing so. He found his legs and he went ahead and left. Ruben's going to keep an eye on him for the next couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll see him again, sans Snare, and hanging out with his friends, which is important as well.
Back at the Wildlife Rescue Centre, orphaned vervet monkey Pippa has made it through her first night.
Because it's quite cold at nighttime and she has a low temperature when she came in, I just want to keep her in the clinic for now until she has gotten her strength back, and then she can go outside.
Alma's enlisted Rob to help her move Pippa to a more spacious cage.
I actually started off as a volunteer here. I was volunteering for 3 weeks, and I worked my butt off for Alma, and I showed interest, and they offered me a job. It's intense, but I would not change it for a thing. It's incredible.
Great. Let's put this one in the corner. This cage can be used for different animals. This time I'm gonna adjust it and to make it suitable for a younger monkey.
Before they get to work preparing the cage, Alma's got a training exercise in store for Rob.
So you can also fit in this cage. So you can experience how it feels. No, you're going to put your whole foot in. Yeah. If you want to know what's happening to an animal, the best way to do it is to experiment on yourself. To a certain extent, of course. It does make you think about things, and the best way to learn and to develop and to be able to adjust and understand things is to just go through it yourself.
So you're next?
I've done this many times. So it's a serious test, actually. So how do you feel if you move this cage with someone in it and you shove it over the ground? That's very horrible. You can hear that noise, right? So by doing this like this, it makes people realize how it feels. Not the most pleasant, no?
It reverberates all metal in here. I mean, it's not the most comfortable.
Also something that I've seen people doing that. Putting stuff on the cage and doing this. How do you feel if I do this?
I feel like I don't get paid enough for this.
Come on, how do you feel when I do this? It's not comfortable, is it?
No,
there you go. So from an animal welfare point of view, these kind of small little funny exercises are extremely important because it just makes people more aware. Shall I free you now?
I'm kind of comfortable now. I just wanted to sit down.
Lesson over. They can get on with adapting the cage for Pippa. Vervet monkeys like to jump and climb trees, so Rob's challenge is to build a miniature climbing frame inside Pippa's cage.
A lot of these species here are actually invasive. I'm going to chop down probably the Malina because it is invasive. All of these sort of trees. This is all Malina. So I might just chop down some thin ones so I can bundle the ones together. So these two here look fine. There's one. And there's two.
Equipment and supplies are hard to come by in Malawi, and can take weeks to arrive, so the team has to improvise.
I love that the bench is my makeshift vice grip. It's great. We make do with what we have. It's the African way of life. Okay, and there's one. Storms are coming in.
During the wet season, Malawi experiences torrential downpours almost every afternoon.
It's quite refreshing, actually. Quite like it.
But the rain brings its challenges, both outside and inside.
Oh, there's no power at the moment. The power went off. And it will come back at some point, but you never know when. Let me see how she's... So we have power cuts. Depending on the season, it can be every day, sometimes a couple of times a week, sometimes even full days almost. And it is a bit annoying when you have animals to take care of.
But the power cut hasn't slowed Rob down. Pippa's new home is ready for her.
Happy days.
I'm trying to be very quiet. I know she's very stressed out, and everything is really new to her, so... Here we go. Let's hope she likes it.
Pippa will stay here until the team feels she's ready to meet other monkeys. The ultimate goal of the Wildlife Centre is to release as many animals as possible back into the wild, no matter how small.
Where did they go? So I'm gonna grab one, put him in, close the door, and try to grab another one. They're super stressed, so I want to do this nicely as possible.
These two bulbuls were tiny chicks when they arrived at the centre. But after months of rehabilitation,
They're so super tiny.
they're now ready to fend for themselves.
The bulbuls are fully grown. They're doing really well. They can find their own food. They're maintaining their weight, so it's time for them to be released. He's good. Perfect. God damn it. Oh my God. These are the worst. There we go. Fantastic. They're in. Okay. Intense, teeny tiny birds. So try to obviously not stress them out too much, but it's hard. You also don't want to squish them. And yeah, so you just need to do a gentle grip. That's why I use a towel. But they've been tough every time we've done this, but they're good. Of course they escaped.
You set them free in the room?
Yes, absolutely. No, but by accident, of course.
So okay, so what you were actually doing is you were test flighting them before release.
And they are really, really good in flying. And they also are okay with a bit of stress. So I think the transportation up to Vaasa will go extremely well. So I'm happy. I'm really comfortable with these guys. They're absolutely fine.
When animals are returned to the wild, Mandy is in charge of making everything run smoothly.
So when we do our releases here, we try and maximize the rainy season because there is an abundance of food and water around. That gets a little bit more scarce as the months go on. So we want to make sure those animals have that safety net almost of having enough food and water available to them when they're released.
In today's release, the bulbuls will be joined by 3 orphaned hedgehogs.
So I've spotted one already. There's another one. Oh, there are 2. They're sleeping. I love them. They're super cute. I've raised so many, and they're the cutest. Great.
The truck is ready to go. as soon as the last prickly passengers are loaded.
Bye.
Okay, they're super cute.
They are cute.
Change my mind, they're so cute.
Oh, look at them!
Oh my god.
Oh, it's the best ever. Oh my god, look at them.
They're so cute.
He's a bit stuck. No, I think he's just uncomfortable with his fatness. Okay.
Bye-bye, guys.
This motley crew is finally on its way to freedom. Over in orphan care, little vervet monkey Pippa is giving Rob the runaround.
Escaped monkey on the loose. Pippa came in really nervous, but she's calmed down a little bit. She's a little happier now that I'm giving her some food that she actually likes. I'm mixing some banana with some porridge and adding the milk in there so she can get all of her protein. So she's put on weight, which is lovely.
At 3 months, Pippa's too old to be introduced to a foster mother. Instead, Alma plans to put her in with firm friends Sprinkle and Frost.
She's not going to go very well with a foster mother because she's too old, so it's better if she goes with 2 young boys that are roughly her same age, and we create a peer group. Hopefully this integration will work. In most cases it does, but there's always this slight chance that they might reject her and start to, you know, pick fights with her. Hopefully that will not happen, but we'll have to see.
The first step is to get Pippa into a small travel crate.
Pippa is a bit of an escape artist, so I'm just going to close all the windows. It'll be nice for her to get outside of the clinic and make some new friends. Learn some monkey behaviour. She's definitely eyeballing her escape route. It is always a patience game with these wild animals.
Eventually, the tasty treat inside the box proves too much to resist.
And we're done.
The next stage is to release Pippa into a small section of Sprinkle and Frost's enclosure, separated from them by a wire fence.
So we've already set up this enclosure for her, so she's got plenty to climb on. Lots of greenery. I feel like she's in the wild and not in a cage.
Pippa's unlikely to have seen another monkey since she was taken from her mother as a tiny baby. So this is a big moment.
My prediction is she will come out and probably jump as far away from me as possible. Alrighty. There we are, Pippa.
But Pippa's nerves get the better of her. She's too frightened to leave the safety of her box. On the other side of the fence, Sprinkle and Frost are eager to get a closer look at their nervous new neighbour.
Welcome to your new house. She wants to say hi to them already.
Alma comes down to check on the introduction.
We let an animal always adjust to its new surrounding for a bit before we decide to open the slide and start actually physically integrating them together. We just want to see how all of the animals are doing at the moment and how they are interacting with each other. So you can see that they are approaching the fence and they're actually sitting along the fence line and trying to explore each other through the fence. So they're sticking their fingers through and their arms a tiny bit and just touching each other, which is really cute to see. There's no aggression, nothing, all positive. So that means we can proceed and see what's going to happen when we open the slide and put them physically together.
So far, so good. But removing the barrier between them could change everything.
The animals choose what they're gonna do. We just let them be.
Come on, Pippa.
For Pippa, stepping over the threshold is a frightening prospect. But Sprinkle's approach gives her the confidence she needs.
They're quite relaxed. It's good to see. Just hopping around, trying to, see if if the other one wants to play, and they want to pick up each other's smells, so you can see them sniffing, touching. So these are all kind of things that we expect to see.
The integration is an instant success. Pippa finally has a new family.
They had a really, really rough start. They were separated from their mothers, kept in not the best conditions, and now they're here. So it makes me excited to see that they're doing so well, and I know they have a bright future ahead of them.
At Voisa Marsh, it's been a restless night for release manager Mandy.
All right, little hedgehogs, where are we? There's one. Anybody? Oh, hey, there we go. Oh, look at his little face. The hedgehogs are in my tent because we didn't want to leave them in their transport box overnight, just because it was a bit of a tight quarters in there for 3 of them. And they are active in the nighttime. And so this is a safe space. We just kind of set them up in here. There was one by my bed at one point that sounded like he was trying to escape and just kept like scratching at the tent, which woke me up. This one looks pretty good, active, a bit confused probably since just woke him up. But yeah, we're gonna try and find the other 2 somewhere in here and take them out to the enclosure. Oh, there's 2 more under here, thank goodness. Two.
Before they go out into the wild, the hedgehogs will spend a week settling into their pre-release enclosure.
So do you want me to put them into the box?
Yes. We're gonna put the hedgehogs in there and let them kind of hang out for the rest of the day, and then they can come on at night at their leisure and explore their new environment. Hedgehogs have the best personalities, and they can be a little bit gruff and prickly at times, but they're really friendly, and you can get a completely wild hedgehog, and he's gonna be nice and be trying to bite you. He's very cute. And their nose is always testing everything. I don't know, I love them.
With the hedgehogs sorted, it's the bulbuls' turn to leave their cage for the last time. Voisa is home to around 300 bird species, which flock to its forests, marshlands and grassy plains, so the bulbuls will be in good company. Amanda has decided to release them close to camp.
This is a really nice place, and it serves our needs for a couple of reasons. And one is because there are other animals of the same species around, and that's exactly what we want. And also they are quite humanized, having grown up with people. So I think that they'll hang around so we can keep an eye on them. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at them farting around in that bush. That's fantastic. Since they've been with us since they were kids, they haven't had their parents take them around and show them how to eat and where to eat. And so what we're hoping to do is provide food support with food that they know and hope that they can transition to a more natural diet here. They're in a little protected area and off the ground, and that was exactly what I was hoping for. We hope to be able to get every animal that comes in back into the wild. That's our goal. It doesn't matter if it's a teeny tiny monitor lizard or a hedgehog or a vervet monkey. We want to try to give every animal that chance.
Hey Love Nature fans, be sure to like and subscribe to catch all our wild animal stories. Get closer to nature right here on YouTube.